Hi guys, welcome to tutorial space with Ola. In this tutorial, we will be dealing with the offset tool, which can be located up here. This is used to create replica of sketches selected at a distance. So to demonstrate this, I say we go straight to the tool. Here I already have sketches within my workspace, and then I click on the offset entities tool. Even though there isn't a prompting to select the sketches to offset, we are required to do so. And the truth is, this tool is basically simple. It only has a few specifications on how you want the offset to be created. So clicking on this first line here and setting my desired offset dimension to 5, you realize it has created a replica at that distance. Now you take note that I did not click within this workspace after selecting my distance, but clicked within this feature manager design tree space. So if I select on 10 again, I click here, I notice that this changed. So the reason why I clicked this point is so as not to approve the tool yet, but then to see the changes that have been made. So if I go back to 5 and click here, you notice that the tool has concluded on the dimension I chose. So I'll click on this and delete. Go back to the offset entities and we are here. So click on this line again, you see the offset created, and then let's make use of 10 millimeters, and I say check. Alright, so what about if I use the same 10 millimeters and then click on this circle in this instance? Now you notice this also, and that's great. Okay, but how do we control the created offset? The first way is to change the direction of the offset. That means changing the direction the offset is being created towards. So if I select on this line, you notice that there's an arrow here which is directed outside the circle. So changing your direction can be done by either moving your mouse in the desired direction like this, or this way. And please take note of the direction of the arrow we have. So if I click the opposite direction, which is here, you realize the direction for the offset changes. So I'll delete this and click on this again. So we could also make use of the option box here by clicking on reverse. Please note that when using the reverse option, you don't need to worry yourself about the yellow arrow. Just make sure the highlighted sketch is in your desired direction. And then also we have the select chain option. Now firstly, I'll select on this, and you notice that just this sketch entity has been selected, but then I click on select chain. You notice that this helps to select a chain of connected entities rather than just a single entity. Okay, and then there is also bi-directional. So the bi-directional helps to create the offset in the two possible directions. And then lastly, we have the cap ends. So this creates a sketch to close up the offset entities. At the same time, we have the option of selecting the kind of cap that we want, either the arcs or the lines. Okay, now with this done, there's the option of choosing if you would like to make any of the sketches currently worked on to be converted to construction lines, and which ones. So you notice that select chain is checked. I uncheck the bi-directional and click on this line. which has selected a chain of lines connected together. Now the construction geometry part here allows us to decide if we want any part of this offset to be converted into construction geometry and which one. So what I mean is, the base geometry is the original sketch that we are creating the offset from, while the offset geometry is the sketch which is created. So if I check on base geometry under this construction geometry, first of all, notice that these lines are not highlighted, and when I do this, you notice the highlights there. And if I click on check, it converts the original base geometry into construction geometry. And I do it again, offset entities, and this time around I select this, and then I want the offset geometry to be converted. Also, you notice that we've been having the dimensions created every time we do our offset, and that's because this add dimensions is checked here. So I'm checking this and saying okay, we expect to see two things. First of all, there would not be an added dimension, and then the offset geometry will be converted into construction geometry. Check. And notice there is no dimension here, and then this is in construction geometry. Alright, I bet all of these have been really simple. So this is the end of this too. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel to receive more of these tutorials. Also drop your comments and like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. I will go a little further on this offset thingy, which is the offset on surface 2.